Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dragons of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Green Bay Packers.
When you touch your face is when she wants something.
Of course, I'm that one people always like.
When she wants it, then she, hey, how you doing?
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Let's go! Ready? Go!
A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. But you look at this defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Set.
Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Set. Go. Ready?
On 3rd down, Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
This 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. You look at this Packers defense. They played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Set.
Love going to give this one to Jones. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Go now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ready. Go. Hut.
To throw now. Here's Love. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Down and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Hey, 47. Hey, kill. 47. Here go 46. Here we're going to 53. 26.
Prescott to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready.
Following the interception, Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So
ready.
2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
trouble, 38.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready, break. Hut, go. Hut, hut.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be third down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Come on.
Third and 19.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Here's Love. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Dragons 10. Packers nothing. Greg Joseph set to kick off.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Set, hut.
Up the middle, Jones. Now he's loose down the left sideline and down to the 27-yard line. A big run there by Jones. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
For our Green Bay Packers. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
$10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Dragons 10. Packers nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The Packers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Here we go.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Fight 60.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Ready?
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
Anders Carlson on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Dragons.
Kill.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5.
We're going to 54. Why?
Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Prescott now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now 2nd and 9.
Ready, go. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Joseph now to have the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Dragons 17. Packers nothing. Greg Joseph set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the set.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Set, cut.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Hut, hut.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Set, hut, set.
Love from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Got it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Set, go. Hut.
Now Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Then we'll go to 53. Done.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Kamara try the right side. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd down and 4.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Hey, kill. Here we go, 46.
To throw is Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Why? We're going to 54. Why?
Here's Prescott. That is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
16 yards. And a real 1st down.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing. Here we go. We're going to 53. We're going to 53. Here we go, going to 53.
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
There you go. 47. Hey, 47. We're going to 54. Why?
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. The pass caught by Olave. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. That's Olave bringing in another one. Touchdown! Chris Olave, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dragons are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Packers nothing. Greg Joseph set to kick off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Prescott's throw complete there to Johnson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott from the gun. He completes it to Olave. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Dragons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Switch it, hey. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide eight.
Play action now, Prescott trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Going to 53.
Looking to throw, Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
So they bring out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun. Love.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave.
Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here.
This one into the hands of the rookie Luke Musgrave.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Let's go. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Ready?
Again, it's Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left, and they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the 2nd half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
Hey, kill. What do you think?
First down, Prescott. They'll get this out to Kamara. And powering through at the 35. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
47. Run 54.
Throwing, Prescott. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
47. Hey, 47. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Go! .52 blaster.
Now a second down throw for Love here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, 89 yards. And the Dragons are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Greg Joseph set to kick off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ready, set.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Ready.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Let's go now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Set, hut. Hut, hut.
And inside give to Jones. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
46.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
We're going to 53. 26.
Throwing here, Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide 8.
Now Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before, and we've seen guys, maybe they hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position.
Here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like a Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she loves